What you're about to see will completely change how you think about supercars. This isn't just car manufacturing. This is precision engineering meets Italian artistry. Every single Lamborghini rolling off this production line requires exactly 400 hours of specialized handwork. We're talking about a company with over 2,200 employees worldwide, producing around 9,200 supercars annually, generating over $2 billion in revenue. But here's what'll blow your mind. That $500,000 price tag? After seeing what goes into building one of these machines, you might actually think it's reasonable. Because what we're about to witness isn't assembly. It's automotive surgery performed by master craftsmen who dedicated their entire careers to perfection. Welcome to Sant'Agata Bolognese, Italy. We're over 400 specialists, many of them second and third generation craftsmen, build what are essentially rolling works of art. But the real game changer happened in 2009. Lamborghini made a decision that revolutionized the entire supercar industry. They brought Formula One and aerospace technology to mass production. They built an entire facility dedicated exclusively to manufacturing carbon fiber chassis. The result? A monocoque weighing just 324 pounds that completely redefined power-to-weight ratios in the automotive world. To put this in perspective, this chassis is 3 times lighter than traditional steel construction, yet 5 times stronger. This level of engineering was previously only available in fighter jets. And here's the kicker. Before Lamborghini, this technology was considered impossible to mass produce. It all starts with what looks like shiny black fabric, but don't be fooled. Each strand of this carbon fiber is 7 times stronger than steel. Watch this machine work. Laser-guided precision cuts each piece with tolerances measured in thousandths of an inch. There's zero margin for error here. A deviation of just 0.004 inches can compromise the entire component. See that vacuum laying process? It eliminates every single air bubble. Why is this critical? Because one air bubble the size of a pen head can create a weak point that could cause catastrophic failure. But here's where it gets really intense, the autoclave. This pressurized oven reaches 360 degrees Fahrenheit while applying pressure equivalent to being 200 feet underwater. For 2 solid hours, the carbon fiber transforms from flexible material into a structure more rigid than titanium. The end result? A chassis that could withstand the impact of a charging rhino while weighing less than a professional athlete. Now we reach one of the most critical moments, monocoque assembly. Remember that precision I mentioned? This is where you'll see it in action. This robotic arm isn't your average factory robot. It's equipped with 3D laser scanning technology that verifies over 1,000 contact points in just 30 seconds. If it detects a deviation of more than 0.002 inches, the entire piece gets rejected. Here's something fascinating they do. The hammer test. A specialized technician strategically taps the chassis with a calibrated hammer. The goal? Detecting hidden air bubbles that could compromise structural integrity. Only a trained ear can distinguish the perfect sound. But now comes the moment everyone's been waiting for, the marriage. That's what they call it when the 700 horsepower V12 engine meets the carbon fiber chassis. This single moment determines whether months of previous work have been worth it. The precision here exceeds Swiss watchmaking standards. We're talking about tolerances that would make NASA engineers jealous. Now we enter what many consider the most artistic phase of the process, painting. But this is far from just aesthetics. This is applied chemistry. Each Lamborghini receives over 2 gallons of paint applied entirely by hand by master painters. Why can't this be automated? because the extreme curves and angles of the design require human technique that's impossible to replicate with machines. Watch this craftsman work. He's been perfecting his technique for over 15 years. He applies dozens of different coats across each of the body panels. The complete process takes 200 hours. See that light tunnel? This is where the truth is revealed. For 2 full hours, an expert inspects every square inch of the surface. If they find an imperfection the size of a speck of dust, the entire section gets repainted. But here's something that might surprise you. The paint isn't just for looks. Each color formulation is engineered to withstand temperatures up to 390 degrees Fahrenheit. Because remember, there's an engine underneath that hood, generating the heat of a furnace. And here we have the true masterpiece, the 6.5-liter V12 engine producing 700 horsepower. But these numbers only tell part of the story. Want to know how complex this engine is? Over 2,500 individual components, each manufactured to surgical precision tolerances. The crankshaft alone is balanced to within 0.000035 ounces. But what truly distinguishes a Lamborghini isn't just power, it's sound. Lamborghini has invested thousands of engineering hours in acoustic simulation to create that unmistakable roar, from deep bass notes at idle to a crescendo that can be heard from miles away. Here's an industry secret. The exhaust system design is based on musical acoustics principles. Each exhaust pipe is tuned like an instrument in a symphony orchestra. The special aluminum silicon alloy makes this engine 88 pounds lighter than its predecessor, while generating 100 more horsepower. That's the kind of engineering advancement that pushes the entire industry forward. Now comes the part most people never see, but what separates a fast car from a true supercar, the hidden technology. This suspension system isn't just any suspension. It's directly inspired by Formula One engineering. These horizontal control arms are calculated to maintain perfect road contact even at 220 miles per hour through tight corners. But here's what's truly remarkable, the transmission. See those paddle shifters behind the steering wheel? They enable gear changes in 50 milliseconds. To put that in perspective, that's faster than a human blink. And the brakes? Carbon ceramic brakes that can stop this 3,300 to 3,500 pound machine, depending on model, from 60 miles an hour in just 98 feet. The temperatures they generate are intense enough to melt aluminum. The most incredible stat? This car can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour and come to a complete stop in under 4 seconds total. But before any Lamborghini leaves the factory, it must pass tests that would make anyone nervous. In this testing bay, while the car sits stationary, its wheels spin at 87 miles per hour to test the brake system. Every parameter gets recorded: temperature, pressure, response time. One reading outside specifications sends the car back to the workshop. See that light tunnel? It's like a full-body X-ray for the automobile. Specialized technicians inspect every inch for hours, searching for imperfections invisible to the untrained eye. Variations in paint gloss, panel alignment, surface textures. But the ultimate test is the first road test. Here, professional test drivers push each Lamborghini to its limits. Acceleration, braking, extreme cornering, temperature stress. Only when the driver is 100% satisfied does the car receive final approval. Think about it. You've waited months for your Lamborghini, and these test pilots are going to drive it before you do. And this is how 400 hours of specialized labor, over 50 experts, and cutting-edge technology combine to create something that transcends mere transportation. Every Lamborghini leaving Sant'Agata Bolognese carries decades of Italian innovation, the precision of over 2,500 hand-assembled components, and the soul of craftsmen who dedicated their lives to perfection. Remember that 324-pound chassis we talked about at the beginning? Now you understand why this process can't be easily replicated. This isn't just manufacturing, it's precision engineering, art, and passion combined into one incredible machine. The next time you see a Lamborghini on the street, you'll never look at it the same way. You'll remember the 400 hours of work, the carbon fiber stronger than steel, the 2 gallons of hand-applied paint, and the millimeter-perfect precision of every single component. Can you imagine the level of dedication required to maintain these standards, car after car, day after day? Now you understand why a Lamborghini is more than a supercar. It's the result of extreme engineering, artisanal precision, and Formula One technology perfected for the road. What manufacturing process should we explore next? Maybe Ferrari's assembly line, Bugatti's hypercar construction, or something completely different like Swiss watchmaking or fighter jet production. Hit that like button if any part of this process surprised you. Subscribe to The Making for more fascinating manufacturing deep dives that'll change how you see the world. And ring that notification bell so you never miss our journey inside the world's most incredible factories. Thanks for joining us on this incredible tour through Italian automotive engineering. See you in the next one.